Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the official Hermitcraft Modsauce server. That is right, I am Mr. T. How ridiculous is that? Oh, that's so amazing. Yes, I found a Mr. T hat. Oh, if only I was recording when I found that. I burst out into a fit of laughter when I saw a zombie coming towards me with the Mr. T head. I did manage to obviously kill him and collect the hat. In fact, we have got quite a few hats now. I haven't really been looking through too many of these. Well, that one, that is certainly hilarious. We got a present head, a squid. That one's really cool, actually. I love seeing that one on the animals. It looks really cute. But Mr. T is the one that I'm going to be wearing for now. That is hilarious. Let's put back on the helmet and talk about what has happened between this episode and the last episode. Because if you remember, the end of the last episode, I died and I lost all of my loot. And I was really bummed out about it. But you know what? I got a screenshot. I'm going to put it on the screen for you to see of all of my loot right as I died. So I made a list of everything that I got and I did my best to get those things back. So I've been down there exploring the dungeon. You know, there's a lot of it to go through and just trying to really... What are those guys doing? I don't know what that guy was trying to do. They are some different villagers, aren't they? I've got to check out what they have for trade. But anyway, I tried to recuperate my losses. You know, there's a lot more of it to explore, and so this is what we're up to right now. Those name tags can stack. So we kind of made back everything that we wanted. The only thing I was a little bit short on were some blaze rods, really. We got our slimes back, and I know these things aren't too valuable to everyone who's played the mods a lot, but to me, they are actually quite valuable for getting started because I don't know a lot about these mods. But there is one thing that I'd like to comment on first of all, and that is that you can actually craft this chain armor. If you have a look down here, this stuff right here can be made with iron, and I did not know that. A lot of you are leaving comments, and I thought, you know what, I'll go and look into it and see if we can do it. And what would you know, you can. And the reason I didn't find that out before is because I was looking for the recipe of these ones, and these ones have damage on them, and they're enchanted as well, and therefore any eye doesn't pick them up. So, there is a lot for us to talk about because I've been doing a lot in between episodes. There is this down here, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's first of all go over here and talk about these animal pens. So, one thing I noticed is like in vanilla Minecraft, when you have the fences around the outside of, you know, your little contained areas. What's he got on his head? Is that a candle? It's like a little hat, isn't it? Oh, that's cool. I kind of want to kill you to get that. That's cruel though. So anyway, when an animal is inside the space that this occupies, you know, it's inside a block, but it's not the same size as a block, and the chunks unload and reload, they can actually glitch through this and very easily get out onto the other side. So, me being me, I thought, okay, let's put down some old school water pens to stop them glitching through the blocks. But of course, they only glitch through the fences, not regular blocks. So we're just going to turn these into pits in the ground, put some ladders to get into them and start breeding them. And one of the problems I had with this is when I was breeding the cows, the little baby one would actually get pushed over to the side and go into the pig area. So this was a complete waste of time. And we're going to get our breeding going on and then probably do something fancy in the future with some mods. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying playing this like it was vanilla and finding out little things one by one and, you know, kind of putting it all together. So what is this down the bottom here? This was going to be our mob farm. By the way, I've got a creeper spawner. I found one in the dungeon and I managed to pick it up. It is this one down here. The rest of these are zombies and skeleton spawners. So me being me, rushing into it, really excited to, you know, make a mob farm. I built it right down here, and I've since found out that the height of the mob spawner is going to determine what kind of mobs, you know, that are level blah 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 the level of armor that they are going to drop. So the closer down to the bottom they're going to have stronger gear and therefore drop better items. So I kind of went ham in here, getting ready to build all of this thing, and I now found out that it might be pretty useless to build it at this height. But I also realised as I was doing it that this up here is a little bit pointless because the sunlight is going to shine into the middle of our farm, and that is going to lower the rates, which is not good. So I'm kind of glad that I found out we have to build it lower down, because if we'd have gone ahead with this, I would have been a little bit disappointed. But you know what? I'm just having so much fun. I don't really care if things go wrong. So anyway, let's talk about this glass right here. That is clean glass. I'm sure a lot of you know about this. You can make this by putting sand in the smeltery, and then it comes out like this as clear glass. And then you can put dyes on that, and it connects, and it looks really, really nice. And I love how that looks. So I've been thinking about what this could be used for now. We could actually just use it for a storage area or something like that, because we've got a lot of random barrels over here. All of this stuff needs organising, and I thought maybe this space down here could work. We could build a little basement in the smeltery that could lead into that area, and then maybe it would work out for the best. But I do want to talk about digging this area out actually. I found out some really cool things. By the way, this material here, it is made out of stone bricks and bone meal dye, but also use something else to do that. So over on this crafting bench, this is one of the ones you can leave items in. We've got this right here. So you put some stone bricks around the outside, that is a paintbrush, and then you get these coloured stone bricks. Now for what I want to show you, I actually would like to have a few more blocks available. So let me just see. That's good, we've got some stone. Okay, right, I'm going to make some of those blocks. Okay, there we go, we've got plenty of those blocks. We also need to grab this thing right here, which is a builder's wand, and I need to get my hammer of justice. Okay, so doing all of this down here was really great, you know, digging it all out. Very easy because of the hammer of justice. As you know, we can just go down like this and dig out large amounts. But as I was doing these walls, I found it to be, you know, extremely useful to just go for it so quickly like we're doing right now. But also this magic wand came into use. Now I found this in a dungeon, and I looked it up and found out what it was, and it is the most amazing tool for building I've ever seen. So check this out. What we're going to do right now is just remove this dirt quickly. There we go. Is we're going to highlight the underside of this block, and look how it finds the structure of the same types of blocks, and then it creates this this like grid, I guess, invisible grid. And when we right click on that, it's going to place all of the blocks for us, and that is incredible. Apparently holding shift you can't do it at the same time, and that has made the whole process of building this so much faster. It really is absolutely amazing. In fact, I just want to clear out a little bit more of this and show you it in action again. Okay, so now you're going to witness the magic of the builder's wand. All you got to do, oh that's interesting, it's picked up a different shape. That's because we're aiming at the stone. It's probably going to take the stone out of our inventory to place it. But anyway, all you have to do is click like that, click on the way down, and look how quickly we are just filling this up. This is amazing. There we go, check that out. Let's place it all the way up there. Can we do that? There we go. And notice how it's even going around the corner as well. This just makes building so much quicker, especially when you've got a lot of repetitive building to do. And look how quickly we placed all of those blocks. And that's like the progress that we've done in this room so far finished. However, we're going to have a different purpose for this room, which is something that I'm going to think about, I guess, in the future, you know, how we're going to lay out our storage and stuff. So as of right now, I'm not sure what project we're going to do next. I've got a few little things to do, like organising the animals and starting to breed them. And I also want to expand the tree farms. I've been meaning to do that, but I've been spending a lot of time exploring that dungeon. And there is actually another little thing to show you over here. What is this called? I can barely remember. Okay, this is a fish trap from Growcraft. You can actually click on that, and I'm not sure what this inventory space is for, but basically what this is going to do is act like you're fishing, but it does it automatically for you, and it puts all of the loot, I think actually it puts the loot it gets inside here, and I saw what Biffa had done, attached a hopper below it, and a chest. So it's going to check a 3x3 area around it in a cube shape, so that's like, what, 27 blocks in total, not including itself. And it's just going to constantly fish, and all of the loot goes down here. And look at the stuff we're getting from this. This is really useful. We're getting some enchantments. I mean, Silk Touch on that is actually really good. I don't know what repair does. We're getting some good fishing rods. We also got some good bows through here, as well as food. And in general, you know, there's a name tag, a saddle. You can get lots of very cool things from this over here. And I've just been leaving this running, letting it do its thing. And we're going to get, look at this, we're going to get tons of really cool enchantments from this thing. It is pretty awesome. But over here it is actually pretty ineffective compared to if you put it in a river. I was reading about it, and if you put these things in a river you get 75% more loot. So if you think about what I've got right there, you get 75% better loot from if this was in a river. Now you might be wondering why I didn't put it all the way over there. That is not actually a river biome. That's the first place I rushed over to, and it turns out we don't have a river biome nearby. But this is really cool, a nice way of getting some decent loot, and I might look at expanding that in the future. So I've been busy working away. There's quite a lot that I want to do at the moment, and I had to tell you about this because this is looking ever so promising. So I decided to test how many each of these would be worth in terms of ingots inside of here. You can see we've got 24 at the moment, and we're also about to find out if hoppers can take items out of the barrel over there. So I've done a test. The helmet was worth 1 ingot, the chest and legs were worth 2, and the feet were worth 1. So that means that the legs, you get the most ingots in terms of the amount of materials that you put into it. So I crafted a ton of our iron into these chain items over here, and then crafted some chainmail, and now we're smelting up lots and lots of molten steel. And I think steel is going to be the material that we use for our basic tools, although I do want to double check their properties on Tinkers. And look at that, did I see the numbers go down? I did. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I'm going to have to put more fuel into this thing. So with a barrel over here, we can really do a lot of work and get a lot of steel out of this thing very quickly. That is amazing. We are finding ways of automating this as we go. Let's open up my little pouch here and grab one of these. I think now that we've done all of that and we've got 80 ingots in there, it's time to get this thing going, which is... no, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me that back. Which is going to create us some steel blocks. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I'm serious. There's a creeper hat on top of my cows. Oh, I thought it was a creeper dancing in there. Oh, that looks so derpy. Okay, time for a little update. I had been hoping to do a lot more here, and I gotta say, playing modded is kind of sluggish. You guys have probably dealt with this before, but just there's loads of stuff in your inventory, and all of these mods add a kind of layer of complexity to things, and there's several jobs I'm trying to do all at once. So let's just go through a couple of things I want to tell you before I get back to it. So first of all, we've lost these villagers. That's right, a zombie spawned in there or something. We've still got these guys over here. I think I should make it a priority to make them secure. However, that guy right there has been hanging out in that cauldron for ages. He absolutely loves it. And I've noticed that there is a chest down below. Where is that? Let's dig to the side here. If we remove that block, can we open the chest? Okay, that's interesting. Nothing interesting in there, though. I'll repair that later, don't worry. Ah, yes, something awesome I found out about carpenter's blocks. Let's hold these in our hands, hold down shift and hit our mouse wheel. You can change the recipe of these things just by scrolling up and down. That is unbelievable. And it seems to be a little laggy. Maybe we've got a bad connection to the server at the moment. But that's a really awesome thing, because I was worried these were going to take up, you know, a lot of inventory space as you start using the different materials. But I've actually been using these carpenter's blocks on our smeltery, which has had a little bit of an upgrade. I've just made this a little bit bigger, put some of the carpenter's blocks over on the side here, and we've got our tools around the front. Now at the moment I'm kind of rearranging this and expanding down below. But there was something else I wanted to show you at the front here. What was it? Ah yes, lighting. This block right here is actually a carpenter's block. You can see that up at the top. So around here I've been hiding some light under them because light actually shines through the carpenter's blocks. So if ever you want to, you know, have a light source discreetly hidden, you can just turn it into a carpenter's block. You see that one there is one of them, and below it is a torch, and that is very, very cool. And most of you probably knew about that. I've also set up a little reed farm around here because I needed paper. I've been breeding the animals. We've got some much more suitable little pens over here. And that creeper scared the hell out of me a moment ago. I thought it was an actual creeper in my farm. So one of the things that I'm going to go and do next actually is get one of these golden bags of holding and fill it up with lava buckets, because I was thinking if we have a few of these in our inventory we can craft ourselves lots and lots of buckets, fill them up with lava and then bring them all back in one go, which is something really cool. So that'll also mean we get to empty out a lava lake, which will look pretty interesting, so I'll be showing you that in a bit. And if we head down here, I've started working on what's going to be basically our base area. Down here we're going to have all kinds of rooms and stuff, and I have really been avoiding the whole OCD, you know, trying to make everything symmetrical and line up, and I gotta say it's really rewarding to do so because there are so many little details here. But anyway, my thinking was that on the side here we'll store all of our ingots. I think it's going to look really cool, you know, to kind of come up here to your work area and then to pop down and choose the ingots that you need to repair your tool and all that kind of stuff. It looks awesome. Then on the side here we're going to have an enchanting room. I want to enchant my armor, make some new ones, possibly out of diamond, and yes, I know there's probably stuff in the mods that's even better than diamond armor, but this is just the way that I want to do things. So we're going to have a cool floaty room here. I do plan on making it a little more substantial and getting some more books in here as well. And then on the other side of this we are going to have a room over here, which we'll talk about later when we get to that. And so somewhere on the side here there's going to be like a window to segregate this nice floating room. So talking about OCD, there's a gap of 1 block on that side and 2 over here. I am not bothered, let's just get on with building because it really doesn't make too much difference. So then as we go down into this area there's going to be more rooms and projects and things in this area, and we're just going to fill this up and turn it into a base. And I am looking forward to all the things that we're going to do down here, but I am just rambling on a little bit as I always do. And I've still got some work to do up here with rearranging things and putting chests in the correct places, but we are slowly getting there. It is just a very time consuming thing playing these mods. So in between all of these things that we've been doing, I've been trying my best to learn as much about Tinker's Construct as I can, and Hypno actually offered some really good advice, which was to go into creative mode and play around with it and learn about it that way. And so I've been reading the book as well, and again there is lots of conflicting advice in the comments down below, but I think it's summarized best as saying that the way this works is you don't have the ultimate tool or anything like that, you have the best tool for the job that you're trying to do. So what I want to do now is create some repairable tools that are very fast, that are going to be good for building. Now everyone else on the server likes to use stone, and I think that's a little bit boring. What we're going to be doing here is creating a new hammer and also a new pick, which are designed simply for building and clearing out space. So we're waiting for some obsidian to melt at the moment. We're going to make some obsidian plates, but let me show you what I did in creative mode first of all. First of all, so we have a rod made out of the two different types of slime that there are in this game, and this one right here, the gelatinous slime, I think you can eat it, but also it comes in the form of a tree. And look at that, one of them has grown. That is a lovely looking tree. I have the chop, or the chopper, the lumber axe on my bar here. By the way, if you put this on a drying rack, it will recover its durability if you have mossy on it, which we have, and these things take a while to update, but look at this, these blocks that you get, despite looking really nice, they're also slimes as well. So now we can farm slime balls like that, and if we update one of these, they all should collapse. And that is really cool, look at that. Ah, that's great, they also drop the other type as well. That's something I didn't have when I cut down one of these trees before, so that's good to know. Anyway, getting a little distracted. These are two of the better types of materials you can use for your rods in this, which we are going to need to grab out. Oh no, I already made them, of course. Right, okay, so we need one more thing. Oh, there's so many things. It's very difficult to remember before you start recording. So for our pick, what we want to do, and I also want to grab a different material as well, just to kind of show you what's going on here, is we want to make it out of steel because we can now, get a decent supply of steel. We can repair our tools with it. So the head of our pick is going to be made out of that. Let's just select that over there. Drop it in like that. And then we're going to use the paper binding to give ourselves a extra modifier. And then if we put in like the stone one at the bottom here and we hold down shift, you can see the pick's durability and its other stats as well. So look what happens when we put in this one down here. We are going to get a durability of 1125, and when we put this one in, which is the best one possible, I think, at least for durability, we get 1500. Now this may not be what you want from a pick. You may want something that's very fast, cheap to repair, but I'm looking for something that's going to be very durable and I don't have to worry about repairing it too often. So that is why it is the pick that we're going to go with. So we are going to craft that one right there. We're also going to be making a hammer as well. I'm hoping that obsidian smelted. That is what smelted obsidian looks like. That is a very cool animated texture right there. Look at that. A lovely blend of orange and purple. Very cool stuff. Anyway, let's get that one going. And I've kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Ah yes, I am really unprepared. There was so much stuff I wanted to do and I haven't got it all in my inventory. We're going to need a diamond and an emerald because there is another cool tip that some of you have been telling me about, which applies here. So if we go back over to this thing and we have a look at what this is like with a modifier, the diamond in it, you'll see that it adds 500 durability, and that sounds really good. That brings it up to 2000. However, if we drop in the emerald, that's going to add 50% durability, which brings it all the way up to 2250. And like I said, one of our objectives with this is for it to be fast and to be durable as well. It's got reinforced level 2, which is like unbreaking. It's got a heck of a lot of durability, and we've got 3 modifiers left, and guess what's going to go on that? It's going to be redstone. So there we go, we've got a repairable, very durable pick that we can put redstone on, so it's going to mine very fast. The steel is also already at mining speed 8, so it's going to be a really, really good pick for what we want, and that's how you do things in Tinkers. It's not really about the best, it's about creating a good, not just a pick, a hammer or a weapon for what you want to use it for. Did we make one of these? We did, excellent. And I only made one of the other types. Well, I don't think that's going to allow me to demonstrate exactly what I wanted to, except we have some stone ones, so I kind of just wasted some steel on that, because we need 2 of them, by the way. Okay, it looks like the other one is now done. So let's do the same thing again on the hammer. Let's pick the hammer over here, and we'll put the hammer in there. And so this is kind of what I did in creative mode, I just went around, played around with it. We already know that that one is going to be the best. And so let's see what happens when we put stone on the side of this. It says no. What have I done wrong? I know what I've done wrong. I've made the wrong tool rod. Okay, so this tough rod right here was what we had to make. So we know that this is the best type of rod, so I don't have to kind of show you that again. Anyway, let's open up the hammer. Let's put that in at the top. And now when we put the plates on either side, we're going to see this. So this one right here, it's got an extremely high durability. That's a lot more than I was expecting to see. If you look at the mining speed, it is terribly slow though at 177. So I played around with some different plates, and obsidian just seemed to be the better ones, you know. There were some that made it a little bit faster, some that were slower, but that one right there, 2.4.4, you can get a little bit higher with some different plates. However, the durability there, 5,500 odd, that is going to make a very good hammer for us, and that leaves us with 3 modifiers. We're not going to add a diamond or an emerald to this one though, we're just going to add those speed ones, so that is going to be a very fast hammer. And before we craft it, let's quickly just compare it to our current one, because it might not actually be as fast. So that one's mining speed is 6. Actually, it's going to be a lot slower, isn't it? But it's going to be extremely durable as well. Do you know what? Before I craft this, I'm actually going to think about that a little bit more, because it is a lot slower. So check this out, I did make the right decision. I've been a little bit of a dummy. When we looked at the stats of that other one, it was of course because it had some modifiers on it. So this thing is going to be 0.88 faster, and a heck of a lot faster once we add some redstone to it. So I got that wrong. That thing's base stats was actually 2.44, but there we go. Look at that. 2 amazing tools, exactly for what we want them for. This one has mining speed 20. Who knows, that could even be the maximum. But these things look really cool as well. Still look like Mr. T. Let's just put them in our hands there. Yeah, check that out. That is a really cool looking hammer. I love how that looks. Let's go and hang this up on the wall. These are going to look great. I love how we can hang items. We've got to do that a lot, I think. Put our things on display. There you go, we have done it. We have made 2 very good tools, and hopefully soon I'll get to some digging so I can see if these were worthwhile or not. So I've been checking out these tools. They are certainly what I was looking for. Very fast, very durable, and we've also got this shovel as well that I made. That has mining speed 20. That doesn't do instant mine on dirt, which I found a little bit interesting. I guess it doesn't have any enchantments, but you also can't put enchantments on these, so that was interesting to learn. But look at these things. Don't they look absolutely awesome? I'm very glad that we got these out of the way. You know, I did want to accomplish a lot more in this episode, but these things are going to help us do a lot in the future, and I'm glad that we've got them sorted out. So moving forward, everything should be good. But that is going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. You know, it will always be appreciated. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.